Welcome viewers, Dr. J.W. Ayub, Aboriginal Authority erased. When Aboriginal voices entered the political record, colonial government had spent decades making decisions about Aboriginal people. But Aboriginal people were also speaking back, and sometimes they put their demands in writing. In 1846, Aboriginal people at Flinders Island presented a petition to Queen Victoria. Among the petitioners were people who had survived the devastating transformation of Aboriginal life in Van Diemen's land. They'd experienced dispossession, violence, removal, and confinement. Now they addressed the Crown directly, and that matters, because a petition is not simply evidence of people asking colonial authorities for help. It can also reveal people understanding themselves as political actors capable of making demands upon those exercising power over them. Aboriginal people were not merely being administered, they were assessing colonial promises, challenging treatment, making arguments, and attempting to hold British authority accountable through its own institutions. But there's a danger here. If we describe Aboriginal petitioning simply as acceptance of British government, we recreate the assumption this series has been questioning. Using a colonial institution does not necessarily mean accepting every claim underlying that institution. People can engage with a powerful system because that system controls consequences affecting their lives. But viewers, the petitioners at Flinders Island had little power to make Britain disappear. But they could speak, and their voices complicate any history in which Aboriginal people move silently from resistance into submission. Physical resistance was never the only expression of Aboriginal agency. Negotiation could be resistance. Petitioning could be resistance. Demanding that colonial authorities honour their own promises could be resistance. The battlefield was changing because Aboriginal people were increasingly confronting British power, not only on country, but inside the political language Britain claimed to understand. Because once Aboriginal people began speaking for themselves in the written record, Britain could no longer so easily pretend that government about Aboriginal people was the same thing as government with their consent. And that's been the whole argument of this documentary, Aboriginal Authority Erased.